All right, so we're going to have ourselves a little bit of fun this morning, whipping up a vegetarian treat, and we're going to take you through it step by step.
With the creamy decadence of double cream bliss from Clover, yogurt has never been so irresistible.
Made with love by Clover.
So time to get hearty and healthy and whip up a delicious lentil curry. We've been going veg with something special this morning in a number of ways, and this one really is going to hit all of those flavor notes. And it's also a great budget stretcher to continue on that trend. And of course, with the addition of our Clover Bliss double cream yogurt, we are showing you how possible it is to have an indulgent red lentil curry, perfect for those delicious midweek meals. And as I said, stretch out the budget that much more. And Zozo is going to give us a hand. And this one really is simple. I've got some really hot oil going here, so hopefully cool that down just a little bit. And of course, the hero here is our red lentil, which we have soaked in water to soften, which really does help. But you can get them, you can buy them store-bought and ready to do the job. And we're going to throw together our spices. And I think this is a stock standard curry. We've got our garam masala, our selection of spices, and this is where you can have some fun. I think every family has their kind of curry tradition, their mixes.
And their base. I feel like when you make a stew and a curry, every family has that base. So I'll chop some onions for you.
Thank you so much. I'm just going to add a little bit more oil. And the oil here, this is something that I've picked up from our amazing chefs, is absolutely key because it carries the flavor of the spices. And when they say you cook off or you roast your spices first up, you've got to do that. So I'm going to do that straight off the bat and introduce, and again I say, you can go with the curry, the garam masala, the spice mix that you love the most. And if you don't know where to start, go to a spice shop. Speak to them, go and do that. Do yourself the joy of hitting like the Cape Quarter or an area where they've got amazing spice roots and go and find out where the spices have come from. We are so lucky to have some amazing, amazing purveyors of some of the best spices in the world right here on our doorstep. So you want to cook off those spices a little bit more. And then we're going to speed up the process, obviously, for the sake of creating our TV magic right here.
Now, the beautiful thing is, you know, when you make a spicy curry, I see a lot of chili there in front of us. It's really nice to just calm the senses with a little bit of yogurt. And today we will be using our Clover Bliss double cream plain yogurt in this recipe. So you are guaranteed delicious flavors, and that's all thanks to the creamy indulgence. It not only is perfect for snacking in between, but you can also use it in various dishes like we are doing in this, and it also carries the flavors and spices with a touch of creaminess that is so needed.
Yeah, no, very much. It's all about that balance. I do like a bit of heat, but it can't be too much. You can also serve it with some nice fresh chopped chili afterwards if you want to add a little bit more. But I think for a vegetable curry here, what's important is the layers of flavor. You want to make sure that you've got that depth of flavor because we're not using the fats of a meat to flavor the dish. So I would probably cook off our onions a little bit longer, but I added onions and of course ginger, which is going to add another kind of boost to the flavor and the spiciness. Then we are going to start with our vegetable stock in this case.
You know, this is something I've gotten to a bit better at using, is a bit of veggie stock. I've never used it, and now it's like my favorite thing to add to a lot of dishes. It just adds so many different layers.
And there's some amazing, we've got such a good food culture here. So for these sorts of things, we really are spoiled for choice. If you wanted to take it that route and add a chicken stock or something that has a bit more flavor to it, take it there, but we are going completely the route of veggie. Then of course we're going to introduce our lentils, which as I said, we have soaked in water. I don't know if they were soaked overnight, but I'm just going to say they were soaked overnight, so they're perfect. And of course, this becomes the substance of our curry. And the beautiful thing here is a little goes a very long way. It is so budget friendly. And we're talking about how much petrol prices have affected literally every part of our household budget. Oh, and that's already starting to smell and look absolutely beautiful. And you're going to want to cook the lentils. So you can buy already cooked lentils if you want to kind of let the process move really quickly.
And I know these are quite great to just also soak it and then, or rinse it. And then
yeah, and I don't know if that's to remove the starch in the lentils, but they do need some softening, and then of course some chopped tomato and tomato puree going in. And then you just got to let it cook, let all the flavors infuse. I know we've sped up the process dramatically for the sake of TV, but this is literally all it takes to whip up a hearty and a very healthy curry that is going to go the distance. And then when you serve it, you want to balance it out, of course, with your beautiful Clover Bliss. And that's going to make all of the difference.
I would even add some into the recipe to really create that creaminess. But if you want to get your hands on this recipe, we do have it available. It's on our website, expressoshow.com. Are you going to add some to the recipe?
A little bit of dollop, and just be careful. You don't want you know, the yogurt to split, but this is going to be, and like for instance, if I was making a chicken curry, I would even marinate the chicken in the yogurt beforehand and then cook it and just let those enzymes in the yogurt break down the chicken. But it does, as you say, it's going to add that creaminess that is going to balance out all of the heat. And this is absolutely magic. And how simple and easy and quick was that to make?
A very easy one. Well, we've got that recipe available for you. It's at expressoshow.com. And if you've missed any of the steps on how to make this delicious Bliss red lentil curry, we have a recap for you.
Made with love by Clover.